wrapping it up. It's the Ryan Hartson Show on BWC Internet Radio with Corey Bender. I'm Ryan Hartson. Wrapping up our NBA season in total.
Very, very unfortunate, but
Dirk
I'm happy.
Nowitzki closes out, gets an NBA championship, finally gets off the snide, if you will. He is no longer in comparison with your Barkleys, your Malones, your Stocktons, or your Patrick Ewings, all-time great players that have not won a championship. LeBron James is also in that category.
Yeah.
So now he has an NBA championship. So we're going to kind of debate his new place in history, because I don't think you can debate. He does his place in history with a ring does kind of jump up a bit. How much, I don't know. That's to be debated. You're our basketball historian. When I was watching Barney, you were watching the NBA.
Yeah.
As we have discussed on the program.
Hey, I said I watched Barney too. I watched the NBA when I was young.
Okay, so Mr. NBA historian, where is Dirk Nowitzki now as opposed to where he was before he had a ring?
Well, before, I guess I compare him to pretty much all those guys, like he had said. You can say he would be a good player. He kept his team in games, went to a ton of All-Star games. Kind of, you're not really a low role player, but you can consider him a superstar. You can consider him to be one because he was a great player. But now with the ring, you're going. He led his team, the Finals MVP. Even when he had a bad game, his team lifted him up. So that shows that they have a lot of respect for him. It shows that he has a lot of resolve, too, especially in his comebacks. He has the killer instinct to take a shot whenever he wants to. Going 1 for 12 in a game at halftime in the NBA Finals, but comes back strong. I mean, it shows he has wit. It shows he has enough confidence, to be able to shoot. This term kind of makes me a little angry because of saying shooters shoot. It's kind of a weird statement. I mean, that's kind of what he does. He'll keep on shooting until he makes it. But I mean, he's very unselfish. He can rebound once in a while. He really doesn't do it that much. He's not your typical big man where he'll play in the post, but he can hit a three. He can do about anything on offense, drive the lane, has great handles for a big man. So historically, like you had said, we looked up Larry Bird. I mean, he is pretty much comparable to Larry Bird.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. Title-wise, yes, Larry Bird does have more, but and I think Larry Bird is the better shooter historically, but Dirk still has about another 2 years or so to get ready for that. And you want to say something, I'm guessing.
Here, I just want to... Because Larry Bird is who I would compare him to historically. A big guy that can shoot. Yeah, Dirk is considerably taller, probably more athletic, doesn't have as many rings. No. But here are the stat lines, just raw numbers. Dirk, 23 points a game for his career, shooting 47%. And his career from three is 38%.
All right.
His career assists is 2.7.
It's not a lot, but...
Okay, Larry Bird, 24 points.
Yeah.
So 1 more point a game. Way more assists. Almost 6 assists a game.
Yeah.
Shooting 49%.
Yeah.
He shot considerably higher than Dirk. Yes. No. He shot just a bit higher than Dirk.
Yeah.
A considerably better passer. And was a better defender. Something.
Of course, Larry Bird did have a great Boston Celtics team to go around to, but I mean, Dirk Nowitzki had team-wise, it's not really much of a debate. Larry Bird's team were better, but historically, you're going. Larry Bird was a lot better because every shot he would take, it looked like it was going to go in. Dirk Nowitzki, most of the time, you're thinking it's going to go in. It's going to go in. Historically, I did not watch, Larry Bird. Of course, I wasn't. I was born in the 90s. So.
Yeah, you were kind of
off.
Not alive.
I mean, but when I watched him, when I've seen tapes of him or something, he could hit anything.
He was spectacular.
And I know this doesn't really matter, but a really interesting fact is that I think he's one of the only people in that three-point contest to hit all the shots.
Right.
I mean, that's ridiculous. He would shoot almost 10,000 shots a day. I mean, that's ridiculous. We talk about Derrick Rose shooting 1,000 shots a day. 10 times more than that. I mean, Larry Bird would always be ready to play. I'm not saying Dirk Nowitzki wasn't, but historically wise, Dirk Nowitzki is a few more notches below Larry Bird. But when I look historically back in Dirk Nowitzki, I'm going to go very good player, showed great resolve, could shoot at any time, and really, I mean, probably one of the best big men that doesn't play in the post.
Can I ask you a dumb question?
What?
Who's the greatest basketball player of all time?
Hold on. Give me a minute. His name, It's like Jordan or something, right? I can't think of his first name.
Is it Michael Jordan?
No, it's not him.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I would say Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player of all time. Okay, Dirk Nowitzki. I'll read off the stat line again: 23 points a game for 47%, 38% from three, 2.7 assists a game. MJ now, 30 points a game.
Yeah.
Shooting 49%, similar to Larry Bird now.
Yeah.
32% from three, so not quite as good there.
He wasn't much of a three-point guy, though.
And right around 5 assists a game for his career. Better passer, way better scorer for a higher percentage. Quickly, though, 83% from the line for MJ. And we don't have a free... Oh, yes, we do. 87% for Dirk. So Dirk is the better free throw shooter.
But in a way, you're supposed to make free throws. But
And MJ always made the clutch free throws, which is why he has this many rings.
Yeah.
And Dirk has this many rings, 6-1.
Yeah.
So Dirk isn't Michael. He'll never be Michael.
No one ever will.
He's not pretending to be Michael.
No.
I just thought I'd throw it out there to see there's a considerable difference between the greatest basketball player of all time and Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk isn't even a top 10 player all time.
No.
Mark Jackson was it last night that said he's one of the 20 greatest players of all time. I can probably and we will do this season.
I like that.
When we have our thing, we're gonna do a ton of lists because no football, no basketball. We're just gonna do lists all year.
I like it.
We are going to name 20 basketball players better than Dirk Nowitzki.
That's easy.
And I can do it.
I can do it
and
too.
And you can totally do it. But I'm gonna give you something right now and just ask: is he? Just say yes or no. Is he better than Barkley?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
In my mind, yeah.
Elgin Baylor.
No
rings. Not better than Elgin Baylor. Elgin Baylor lost 8 times in the finals.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough because I didn't really. I haven't paid attention to Elgin Baylor enough. I mean, he's a really old guy. So.
Sure.
I don't know. I think
Stockton.
I think he's better than Stockton. That's kind of hard of different
Malone.
positions. Better than Malone, I guess.
Better than Malone. Malone played the same position.
He was more of a post guy, and he dominated the post. But really, I don't. Yeah, I'll go Dirk Nowitzki on that one.
Okay, and he's not better than Duncan. Duncan's the greatest power forward of all time. Would you put Dirk second?
I put him probably second or third.
Sure. Bird was power forward, right?
Yeah, so I'll put Larry Bird ahead of him.
Yeah, Larry Bird's the second greatest. So it goes Duncan, Larry Bird, Dirk.
Yep.
The 3 greatest power forwards of all time. That's not a bad place to be.
That's pretty good company.
And considering all the other positions, he's at least one of the 50 greatest players of all time.
Maybe in top 100. Probably in top 100.
I said he's one of the 50 greatest of all time, so he's obviously one of the 100 greatest players of all time. It doesn't take much to be one of the 100 greatest players of all time. Like, seriously, there are like 12 basketball players that are even worth following historically.
Yeah.
And then when you get into all this other meaningless crap, at the end of the day, Jordan, Magic, Wilt Chamberlain, did I say Magic already?
Yeah.
Okay. Larry Bird. That's about it. I mean, there really aren't that many basketball players historically. Like, you really have to start looking through it. But as far as all-time greats, though, they're like 10. NFL has a ton of all-time greats.
But there's a lot more players,
their
too.
History, exactly. So it's harder to be the greatest in basketball. There are less of them. Dirk can break in pretty easily because
when you have a ring, you're going to be just fine.
He has a ring, so he's in a position where his position historically is pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say he's ahead of every player that never won a ring, but he's behind every player that has won a ring.
Right.
Like, kind of, he's in that place. He is the last great player to win a ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, everybody who has a ring is better than him. D-Wade, Kobe, Michael, Magic, Wilt. Every elite player in NBA history that has won a championship is better than Dirk. Everybody who hasn't is not as good as Dirk.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where it is. Looking at it statistically, whatever, that's where he is.
He was able to get it done in the big moment. So
Mavericks have won at least 50 games the last 10 or 11 years.
I think so.
He's been spectacular. Mm-hmm. They haven't come up in the playoffs until now. Dirk Nowitzki's a good guy, and he deserved the title. And we're happy for him, right?
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
That said, Miami's going to win the next 3 titles in a row. Oklahoma City might get one in there. You never know.
Never go against Kevin Durant, sir.
All right, so there you go. That's where we see Dirk. My laptop's out of battery, so we can't get to the other part of what we wanted to do.
The Mavericks staying where they are.
Yeah, they're done. They're done. Oklahoma City's going to take over in that conference, and we're done. Oklahoma City is going to be a dynasty.
Yeah.
So the Mavericks are done after this year. They're going to make a nice run at it. They'll probably make it back to the conference finals next year.
Probably.
OKC will get them then. Good stuff. Hopefully we'll have Tim for a lot of baseball talk tomorrow. Or maybe at some point this week.
Maybe his throat will clear up.
Maybe. Tim, we need you. We need you desperately. I can't handle Cory anymore.
I can't handle you anymore.
I know this is horrible. We need Tim. We need you, Tim.
I mean, I like you enough, but it's like, no.
Tim, come back to us. It's BWC.
We need our crappy CEO back.
It's BWC Internet Radio.